Coach, you follow up the Memphis win with another big one on the road. How proud of you are what you guys did in practice this week that carried over to the game?
Yeah, really proud. I think I talked to him last night about this being a trap game. Coming off of one of the biggest ones we've had around here in 5 years. You got an Air Force team on the horizon. You got 6 weeks exams. A lot of things going on. First road game against a team that plays historically really, really well at home. It's a big, talented football team. So I was really proud. That's a big-time win for us. I think this tells me a little more about our team even than the previous week did. And just really excited for our players and proud of the work. Going back to 6 weeks, it's always been a hard week for us. Yeah. Our guys came out on Monday. They went to work, prepared like it was every other week. We're able to compartmentalize and went 1-0 today. And the great thing is we can be a lot better, offensively and defensively. I think we only put it one time, but we got to clean up some of the perimeter blocking. Had a lot of misassignments. Defensively, block destruction, tackling, I thought was not up to par today, and things we got to get better at. So, but really proud of the win.
Last thing for me, end of the half, start of the second half, second week in a row. You score a touchdown, you come out of the break, you score another one, and the play to Nathan seemed to just zap the air right out of the place.
Yeah, the ability, we're always going to defer, and so if you can have the ball last drive of the first half and get it coming out, and you score both of those, that's big time. So it's a critical moments in the game right there. It's proud of the way we did that.
You think they forgot that Nathan was a world-class sprinter?
I don't know, maybe so. I tell you, it was good to see Kent make a big play. He's had a couple opportunities, and it was good to see him make a big one. It's a great throw by Blake.
How about the throw? I was going to say.
It was all in the money. It was perfect.
Thanks.
Yeah, thanks.
Appreciate it.
Well, kind of along those lines, though, Nathan, didn't play football in the spring and was running track. How satisfying was it to see him make a football play like that?
Yeah, it's awesome. And we know he's going to be able to run by people and knock the top off the coverage. And just to be able to get him the ball in stride, for him to catch it, make a big play, it was good to see. He's worked his tail off, and he wasn't here in spring ball, but God does everything he can to get better at his craft, and he'll continue to get better. So excited to see that.
So one of the things that you've been looking for from this team is finding those long, methodical drives.
Yeah.
You're hitting the big plays, but you got that in the first half.
Right.
What was it that do you think about the execution of the offense that was able to lead to that?
Well, that's the thing we've been talking about. We're gonna get somebody that's gonna defend us well, make us earn everything that we get, and they sort of did that. And we hurt ourselves a little bit, as I mentioned earlier, with the perimeter blocking. That 15-play drive might not have been a 15-play drive if we blocked things up correctly on the perimeter. But glad to see us do it, grind it out, execute, take care of the football, convert some third downs. It's good to see.
It's also the first time that you've come out and scored on your opening possession. What does that do to a game when you're able to take an early lead and play from ahead like that?
Yeah, I mean, you always want to get the early lead, and we only had 3 possessions, I think, in the first half. That's correct. And so I thought we did a great job of maximizing our possessions offensively. I think we punted 1 time today, So, but yeah, there's going to be some games like that, especially against teams that run football. Those games are going to be, possessions are golden, and you got to take advantage of them. I thought we did that.
So UAB actually had a chance to maybe make it a little bit more of a game. Then B.D. Williams comes and intercepts the ball on the 5-yard line. What do you see on that play?
Well, I mean, it's just, we give up a big play and a quick score, which you can't do in that situation. We got to close down the middle of the field, and had a mental bust there. But it's like, the week before. There's some breakdowns that got on our heels a little bit, and somebody found a way to make a play. Last week it was Ray Lane. This week it was B.D. making a really good play right there.
Anything else? Wags, you have anything for Coach?
Well, yeah, I was just going to say that, the defense did come up big in several critical situations. Beginning on the first drive of the game, they're deep in Navy territory. They go for it on 4th down, and Landon Robinson breaks into the backfield to make a big sack. It's a turnover on downs. And then after you scored, they turned around and forced the punt to give you the ball right back, and so you're up 14-0. And then, as mentioned just now by Mike, B.D. Williams' interception prevents UAB from maybe developing a little bit of offensive momentum. It just seemed as though the defense, I know you don't think they played great overall, but I thought they came up big in big situations.
Yeah, I thought so, Wags. Thought we played really well in the first half, and the last drive where they got a field goal, forcing a field goal there is a win for us in that situation. But you had 3 opportunities to get off the field, 2 third downs and a 4th down on that drive. But I thought we did some good things, but I go back to the fundamentals. I don't think anybody works on them more than we do, and so The tackling's got to get better. The block destruction's got to get better. We're bending too much in the run game for my taste right now. And I'll give Memphis credit. They had a lot to do with that. Big running backs that ran hard and broke tackles, but we got to be better in that regard.
So great game today. You know, it looked early on like the game plan, I think, kind of depended on the defensive line a little bit, and you guys came through first 2 sacks, first 2 drives, 2 sacks by defensive linemen. What was the game plan, and how did it go?
Yeah, with our defense, we got to set the tone up front. So we take a lot of pride with the D-line and setting a good foundation going into this game that we can get to be able to rush the passer. After last week, we thought we could do a lot better. So we just went back to the fundamentals and getting back to the basics, and we just took it, just trying to be 1-0 each drive.
So career best day for you, 2 sacks, again, I think 3 tackles for loss.
Both career best.
So what were you feeling out there when you're out on the field?
I was just glad I can be able to make those plays and to be in that position, that my team trusted me to be able to go out there and help our team in any way. It was a great feeling to be able to do things like that. And, I'm glad I was able to do that for my team, but, I just want to be able to contribute.
Wags, go ahead for Justin.
Well, Justin, I thought the defense came up big in big situations, starting with the first possession of the game when Landon broke into the backfield and recorded a sack on a 4th down play. BB Williams has an interception that halts a drive into Navy territory. Can you talk about coming up big in big situations?
Yeah, those were huge for us. Going into this game, we knew we had to get 6. And having those plays happen early on was a big momentum shifter for us. Gave us some drive, gave us to keep going, knowing that we could go up and make plays like that, especially early on. Just be able to set the tone early was very helpful for us.
So 309 yards, 3 touchdowns. How did it feel out there?
Great. It's just fun out there right now, and everyone's doing their job, everyone's playing well, and some plays I think we'll look back and maybe didn't execute as well as we wanted to, but we made big plays when we had to. Backed up 3rd down in the second half. Eli Heidenreich, Ben Purvis make a great play on the screen. I mean, you got to go watch Ben's block on that. Insanity. But everyone just played their butts off today, and hats off to the O-line. Everybody blocking, man.
So big play to end the second quarter. What did you see for when Kent got open?
Yeah, so we knew they love to go cover 1 a lot. And when you got an Olympic sprinter, when running a post route, and you're going to give them a chance, especially in cover 1 man coverage. So I liked what I got. Kent got held a little bit in the beginning. I just liked his space though, and just put it up and make a play, which he did. So I'm really happy for him.
So one of the things that Coach Newberry has been kind of pressing for is to see more of these long, methodical drives. The big plays have been there, but those 15-play drives are, they haven't happened as much. But what was it? You got that in the first half. How was that just being able to execute play after play to drive down the field?
Yeah, I think the biggest thing was coming in and setting that expectation if that's what we wanted to do. We sort of set that as a goal. With what we put on film the past few weeks, we knew they'd probably be slow in the secondary. So we just really wanted to grind them out. Get sort of in the nitty gritty. Get our O-line just. Honestly, go back to old school triple option. We ran a lot of that in those first few drives and just get on the perimeter, try and beat them outside. But I felt good, honestly, to get a sort of long, methodical drive. So I was glad to get back to that, even if it wasn't a one-play score like we've had 5 of this year.
Wags, go ahead.
Well, Blake, again, it's just the explosive plays. It's been, I counted up, I think, 9 plays of 10 yards or more. And obviously the 2 big pass plays. I mean, it seems like the offense is doing an incredible job of generating these explosive plays.
Yeah, I think it just all starts with our identity and who we are. And when we can beat guys up front, drive them off the ball, and they can't do anything to stop our run, they got to start adding guys on. Which then, if you watch them, they were just flying guys everywhere to try and stop our runs to the outside or up the middle. So, that opened up our screen pass or even the pass up to Kent. So, it all sets itself up with our identity.
So you heard Mr. Strauss say that it is believed to be the first time in Navy football history that there's been 2 touchdown passes of 70 yards or more in the same game. What can you say about that?
Yeah, it's pretty easy, I guess, when you're throwing to an Olympic sprinter and throwing the ball 1 yard down the field and he takes it 70. So, honestly, that's not a lot that I did. Those two guys, I mean, Eli and, like I said, Ben Purvis, Brent Self, all those guys. Kent, even on Eli's touchdown, running his butt off to get over there and make a block. So, those guys are just playing hard, man. And like I said, Eli and Kent honestly did more in those plays than I did. So